God dang it. Oh, I can't see a damn thing. Joe iPhone Services. Oh, why is it pointed at me? What's up, Joe iPhone? I know I'm a bum. Joester, what's up? Okay, guys, so basically, it's fall. You guys have always heard me say on my channel that fall fishing is the best. I've seen a number of fish here today, and I just got my pole rigged up to get in the water. I've seen a number of fish, guys, and they are all, I'm talking every single one is a freaking torpedo. If we catch a fish today, it's going to be 20 pounds. I mean, all these fish are just massive, massive. But I'm going to shut up and get my line in the water. The more I talk, the less fish we catch. I mean, these fish are unbelievably big, guys. I don't even know if I could catch them. And then if I did catch them, I wouldn't even know what to do with them. Let me get this baited up, guys, and I'll talk to you guys in just a second. I mean, these fish are enormously large. Enormously large. Alrighty, guys, let's see what happens. Oh my gosh, guys, dude. That fish right there has gotta be 30 frickin' pounds. Dude, that fish is not joking, dude. It's like 3.5, 4 feet long. Dude, guys, you gotta be able to see him too. He's right at the top. I gotta get in this water and get one of these monsters, dude. They're so, oh my goodness. Oh my God, guys. I mean, dude, I've never seen so many fish of that size before in one spot in my life. I mean, every fish I see is enormous. Guys, I got a feeling this is going to be a very, very successful fishing trip here. I've never seen so many large fish in one spot. Oh my goodness. Alright guys, we're ready. All we do now is sit and wait. Camden Disney, what's up, brother? How you doing, Camden? Joester Cards and Coins, great to see you today, guys. Dude, Joester, all that I see is big ones. And I don't even mean like big. Like, I would consider the fish that I normally catch, you know, decent. I wouldn't consider them big. These fish that I'm looking at today are huge. I mean, I'm saying, like, I wouldn't even know what to do if I caught one. They're so freaking big. I don't even know if they'd fit in the freaking net. My heart's racing. I don't know if my heart's ever been racing this hard just fishing. My heart is racing, guys. I mean, these guys are like torpedo size, like at least 20 pounders, dude, at least. But dude, I want to say they're bigger than 20 pounds. They're like legit like 3 to 4 feet long. If one of them bites and takes this bait, dude, we are going to have the fight of our lives on our hands. Oh my gosh. Doing good so far, Camden? Camden, technically, dude, technically I could win my game tonight, but it's going to take a miracle. I'm going to need Edelman to put up 22 points, and my opponent, his player's Philip Dorsett. If Philip Dorsett gets a donut, or if Edelman puts up 20, I'll actually win my fantasy game, 22. But basically, I need Edelman to outscore Dorsett by 22 points, and I will win my game. Surprisingly, believe it or not. If I can get Edelman to outscore Dorsett by 20, 22, I know you need Edelman to crap the bed, but I don't think that's going to happen. But if I can get Edelman to outscore Dorsett, I'll win my game. Is it true that the big fish doesn't have that much flavor as the smaller ones? Yeah, that's absolutely true, Joester. And then, like, depending on where you're fishing and what kind of fish you're fishing for, the big ones, they'll taste more like the water, you know, because they've been in it longer. So, like, if you're catching catfish, you definitely never want to eat real big catfish. You always want to eat the smaller catfish, because those bigger catfish, they taste like crap. They've been in the water their whole lives. Guys, I'd say the odds of us catching one of these monsters are probably pretty slim. The way that I'm looking at it is you don't get to be that big of a fish by getting caught. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? Like, you don't get that big by getting caught, dude. Like, if you get that big, you got to be a pretty smart fish. I mean, I am just amazed at the size of some of these fish, guys. The only problem is they swam downriver, or they swam upstream. And now I could go upstream and see if I could see them and try and catch them and try and fish for them. But I like to stay in my spot here. But I've seen so many, I'm sure there's more in here. There's got to be. Dorsett has been injured a bunch recently. Yeah, I know, Camden, but he's supposed to play today because Gordon's out. Everybody's out. Everybody on New England is, oh yeah, Camden. Well, I hope Edelman puts up like 40, dude. If Edelman can drop me like 40 or 30, I'll win my game. But I mean, realistically, like I said, as long as Edelman outperforms Dorsett by 22 points, I'll be good. Do I believe that's going to happen? Probably not. But, dude, I need a break, man. The way David Johnson was a healthy scratch, guys. I was counting on him for 20 points, and he was a healthy scratch. And I have his backup, Chase Edmonds, on my team, and Edmonds went off for 40, sitting on my bench, and David Johnson got 0.2 points. Yeah, it's the truth, Joester. It's the truth. I kind of figured we wouldn't really have much of a turnout today, considering I haven't streamed in, what, a month or two? But I appreciate the three of you guys being here. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it, guys. I need to reel on some slack here. The wind is taking my line all the way downstream. I might have to recast this. Guys, I went right up and over the damn tree. Great. Fucking great. Damn it, guys. Okay. Well, I caught the tree. I've never had any luck breaking this tree branch off. So I'm assuming I'm going to lose my stuff here, my tackle. Which sucks, because then it's going to take me more time to bait back up. No, it came out. It came out, but I'm sure that my line's going to break if I were to go and catch a fish. Ugh, what a disaster. I'm all tangled up, guys. Guys, gotta give me a minute. Oh man, it's even wrapped around my phone. What the heck? You know, I always say on my channel, I say you can't catch a fish if you ain't got no bait. Well, we're missing prime opportunity here. Alrighty. Alright, I got my line back, got my hook back. Probably scared all the fish away when I pulled that branch down. But you know what? We're gonna keep going. Alrighty, let's get baited back up. I've got a feeling we're going to end up with a broken line. What happened to you guys? I can't see nothing. How the hell did that happen? Ty TV, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for coming in my stream. I appreciate you. For some reason my oh, Chicken Breath on PUBG, X Country Adventures. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? Smuggler the Snuggler came in here too. How you guys doing today? Sorry about that. For some reason my app closed out on my phone. Not sure why. And we threw our line up in a tree. Not sure why we did that either. And we're just now getting baited back up. Gonna get back in the water here in 2 seconds. I mean, I'd say our odds of catching a fish today are pretty slim. All the fish I see are absolutely massive. And you just don't get to be that big of a fish by getting caught all the time, so they're probably really smart. So the odds are against us today, but we're gonna try nevertheless. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And that's what we're doing right now. We're gonna go ahead and cast this back out there and try and pull us in an absolute monster. Well, that was a little disappointing. I'm having trouble, guys. I haven't been fishing in, what, a month? Maybe more, maybe 2 months? I don't know how long it's been, but we haven't been doing these fishing streams. And now that I am out here doing my fishing streams, I'm casting into trees and throwing it too far. And that time I threw it out and I didn't want to go in the tree, so I didn't throw it nearly far enough. And we're pretty much fishing right here by the shore here. I guess we'll wait and see what happens, I guess. I mean, that's where I see the biggest carp at, is right by the shore. We're already getting a bite. So you never know what's going to happen. Like I said, I've been seeing these big ones right here by the shore. So maybe this will be a big one. Hard to tell. But if we do hook up with a fish today, guys, I think it's going to be huge. I think it'll be a channel best, you know, personal best for the channel. I mean, like I said, the fish I have seen in here today, I wouldn't know what to do if I caught them. I'd freak out. My heart would be pounding so fast, I'd probably have a heart attack. And now our line's all frayed from being up in the tree. Oh, wow. Somebody's flying a Learjet overhead pretty low. But yeah, now that our line's all frayed up from being in the tree, I imagine it's going to be pretty difficult if we do catch a big one. I think the line will probably fray some more and then snap. But you never know. We're going to give it a try. What do we got here? Chicken Breath on PUBG says he's waiting on the fish. So am I. So am I, Chicken Breath. Yeah, TYTYTV, yeah. This is not a grow stream, but, you know, everybody in here wants to grow. So, you know, do your thing. Do your thing, brother. There you go. This is the breaks. There you go. Dust yourself off and try it again. Joester, I wouldn't say it's the best on a rainy day. I would say it's right after it rained and right before it. Right before it rains is the best. And then depending on what kind of fishing you're doing, in the rain is all right. And then after it rains, in that order. So I would say like the day before a big rain, you know, and even the morning of, you know, a day that you're going to have a good storm is always the best. It's basically, it works on fronts and barometric pressure. And you want to really, you're really going to have your best fishing of the day or the year or whatever you want to call it, you know, the day before a front moves in. You know, once that barometric pressure starts changing, that's when you're going to have your best fishing of the year. This is Ohio, X-Country Adventures. This is northeastern Ohio we're in. And we're fishing for some carp today. You know, if we catch a catfish, that's cool. I don't mind catching catfish. But our target species is carp. They are abundant. They are large. They put up a good fight. And they take a good picture. So that's what we're aiming for today is carp. But we'll catch anything we can get. I'm starting to see some bubbles come up from the water. That's never good. That's usually the sign of a big old snapping turtle. Which I really prefer to leave them snapping turtles alone. I don't like catching them. Zach, what's up, Zach? Is this trying to GoPro, bro? Is that the Zach that I'm looking at here? All right, Joester, sure thing, buddy. Okay, well, good to have you in here, Zachary Johnson. Good to have you in here. There's actually a guy here from my local town that I actually fish with quite a bit. Not so much recently as we used to. There were a big old bass that swam by. See, if I had an extra pole, I'd throw a couple chatterbaits at him, maybe throw a rattle trap at him. He was a big old trophy bass. But yeah, there's a guy around here that I fish with quite frequently. We used to fish more together. But yeah, his name's Zach as well, so I thought maybe he changed his name and you were him. You're from Deafness Streams? Yeah, I know who Deafness is. I haven't seen him in a while, but I know who he is. I guess he's taking a little break, and he'll be back at some point, I'm assuming. If you're talking to me, X-Country, that's cool. I appreciate that, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I get home. I don't know any way to do it while I'm out here fishing, but I'll be sure to grab you back as soon as I get home, brother. Appreciate it. Guys, I don't understand why it's so slow. We should be pulling the fish in by the boatload. What gives? Then again, I had a feeling it might be, because like I said, all the fish I see, they're huge. And I'm not saying it's impossible to catch the big ones, but I think it's a little harder to catch the big ones than it is the small ones, because, you know, they've been around longer. Whoa, we just got a bite, but it let go. We're getting another little bite, nothing major. But yeah, it's my personal opinion, it's harder to catch the bigger fish just because they're smarter. I could be completely wrong on that, though. You're from Pennsylvania, Zach? Good to have you in here, man. You're my next door neighbor. I'm right here in Ohio. Yeah, fishing's good. It's good to get out, be in nature, take a break from, you know, the internet, the BS, you know, your job. If you can get away from your girlfriend, you know, that's always cool. But yeah, it's good to get out and take a break and, you know, go fishing. You know, when you hook a fish, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but, you know, any problem that you're possibly having, man, they all fall away once you hook a fish. You know, you don't have a worry in the world. But I'm not really seeing the fish now. Like I said, it's possible I scared them away when I pulled that tree branch down. Totally possible. I see a butt ton of bluegill, but I don't really like, you know, catching bluegill. They're not really any fun. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Rainbow trout and brook trout. Yeah, I have a subscriber named Bobby Catalano. She's always going on and on about the brook trout and how they were her favorite thing to catch and favorite thing to eat. And I have no idea what she's talking about because I've never caught one. But she's always in here talking about how that's her favorite thing to catch and eat. So you guys would probably get along. I'm surprised she's not in here today. She's probably mad at me. You know how that goes. Crappie and bluegill. Hey Brian, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping in, Brian. Yeah, bluegill's good eating, but they're not very fun to fish for. Crappie are good to fish for and good to eat. But to be honest with you, I've never really done any crappie fishing. I don't have any lakes around me, you know, where I can get out there with the boat and actually fish for crappie. There's crappie in this river, but the odds of catching one are pretty slim. Grilled trout's the best. Yeah, I've never eaten trout that I can think of off the top of my head. I don't think I've ever eaten trout. I've had bluegill and I've had catfish and walleye. That's about it. Bluegill, catfish, and walleye is about all I've had. Guys, I'm thinking I should check my bait. I mean, we've been in the water a long time here and haven't had like a really serious strike yet. And I got a feeling, since we're so shallow and close to shore, I got a feeling bluegill are just tearing up my bait right now. So there's a possibility there might not be any bait on there. The water's moving really fast today, which is strange because the water level is low. We got something. Is that a catfish? That's a small carp. How is he so small? How is he so small? Well, we got a small carp, guys. I don't know if you've seen him breach, but he breached. I really thought if we were going to get a carp, I really thought it was going to be a big one. Let's go ahead and get him unhooked. I'll be right back with you guys in just a second. This is the smallest carp I've ever caught, guys. Oh, shoot. Oh. Dang it, guys. Stupid phone's not pointing the right direction here. That's going to have to be good enough. I reckon you guys can see that. Little carp. I don't know, I hope you guys can see it. He's just a little guy. But yeah, he's a carp. Smallest one I've ever caught, and we're gonna let him go. By far the smallest carp we've ever caught. Did I get him on camera, guys? Were you able to see him? Hit me with a 1 in the chat if you've seen the fish. Drop a 1 in the chat. My camera got all messed up there reeling him in. Guys, my mind is freaking blown. That is literally, not joking, literally the smallest carp we've ever caught out of here. And all I've seen today is monsters. All I've seen is monsters, and we catch that little teeny tiny baby, smallest one ever. What are the odds of that? You know, when I see all the small ones, I usually get a decent one. And when I see all the frickin' torpedoes, I catch that little baby. Absolutely nuts, guys. Absolutely nuts. I should have did a better job rinsing my hands off. I got to go rinse my hands off some more. I am slimy as a mofo. Alrighty. Hands are not slimy no more. We're going to get it baited back up and try and catch us another one. I mean, I just can't believe how small he was, guys. I almost feel bad catching them little babies. But hopefully he goes back and tells his mom or dad about me. And his mom and dad come and look for me, and then I'll catch them. Hopefully, right? So all we can do is hope. Scotty Arena. Rena Hall, this is the Tuscarawas River, Rena. Tuscarawas River. Yeah, you can fish here. Anybody can fish here. All right, so we got 1-1 in the chat, so only one person seen the fish. That's cool, though. At least one person seen it. Thank you for participating, X Country Adventures. I appreciate that, brother. All right, let's go ahead and get this back out there. Try and catch us a big one this time. Guys, it's getting overcast and dark out. I don't feel like it should be getting dark this early. Alright, we're going to cast it back out and see what we get. Hopefully we get a monster. I don't like catching them little babies. I want to get something 20 plus pounds. I've seen them, I know they're in here. We just got to find them now. Now we just got to find them. I don't know, I just took in a lot of slack. I feel like my bait's probably going to be sitting pretty close to shore again, as much slack as I picked up. But that's alright. That's alright. Any fish is better than no fish. I need to get my tripod set up a little better here. I didn't like the way it was rattling around there. All right, so we're not going to strike out. That's the good news. Whoops. I hit some kind of button here, not sure what I hit. I don't know, I'm debating on whether I should cut my line and throw on a heavier weight, because this water is moving by pretty quick. Normally this river doesn't have any current normally, and right now it's moving by pretty quick. We'll have to wait a minute and see where our line ends up. No, I'm not going to drop my phone in the water, Rena. Not going to happen. What did I miss in the chat here? Guys, this stream is completely dead, man. Shout out to the 3 people that are in here chilling. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming by my live. It means the world to me. It really does. Our fishing streams used to do okay. We used to get around, you know, around 100 views a stream. And I'll be lucky if this one does 50. And it's kind of crazy because I told myself if I didn't get 50 views on the stream, I'd probably not do another one. So I don't know, guys. This might be the last fishing stream I do. This might be the last damn stream I do at all. I don't know. So what I miss here? Love to eat fish. Tried so many times. Can't get past the strong fishy taste. X-Country, not every fish has a strong fishy taste, man. It depends on what kind of fish you're eating. Walleye aren't very fishy. Tilapia aren't very fishy. There's a lot of fish that aren't like fishy fish. You know, if that makes any sense. I know what you're talking about, you know, fish with strong taste. you know, like carp and, you know, different species. And I don't really like those strong fishy fishes either, but I sure do love to catch them. But yeah, not all fish have a fishy flavor, to be honest. Tilapia, man, I would recommend that you try some tilapia. Maybe get fish tacos with some tilapia on it. You'll be good. Salmon doesn't really have a fishy flavor either. But yeah, not all fish taste like that. Camden Disney came back and then left again. No, he was a tiny one. Country Adventures, he was a tiny fish. We normally catch... He was the smallest one I've ever caught out of here, by far. I mean, the ones that I was seeing in here that I thought we were going to catch, they were 4 or 5 times his size. Easily. Rena said good afternoon. Good afternoon, Rena. Scotty Arania popped in and popped out. Appreciate you, Scotty. Yeah, we caught one fish, Rena. One fish. I used to do live streams just about every day. I'd come out here and go fishing and do a live stream. But like I said, the people stopped. You know, the people asked for it. This wasn't originally going to be a fishing channel. This was just a YouTube channel. And I'd go on walks. And I'd walk by these rivers and by these, you know, canals and stuff. And people were like, oh, you forgot your fishing pole. We want to see you fish. So I started fishing. And we did all right there for a while. And then the people stopped showing up and the people stopped watching. And as a result of that, I stopped streaming. And this is my first time doing a fishing stream in over a month. But yeah, I used to stream every day. I used to come fishing every day and stream. And people really seemed to enjoy it for a while there. Bass and trout. See, Rena loves tilapia. No, Paul, that was a very small fish we just caught, brother. Very, very small fish. That was by far the smallest one we've caught out of here. By far the smallest anything. I mean, that might have been smaller than the smallest catfish we've caught out of here. I mean, obviously it's bigger than the bullheads. But yeah, that was by far the smallest carp I've ever caught on the channel. And smaller than most of the catfish, too. He was just a baby, Paul. Just a baby. But you know what? It's something. You know, we're not going to strike out. It's something. We got one. But man, Paul, when I first got here, dude, I was looking at, you know, 3 to 4 footers. You know, 20 to 30 pounds, dude. I mean, these guys were big around. They looked like a damn floating log. Or a torpedo swimming down the canal, dude. The river. I mean, they were torpedo sized, dude. No joke. I mean, my heart was even racing. As soon as when I first cast out, dude, my heart was going 1,000,000 miles a minute, Paul. I mean, I'm talking massive, massive fish. I wouldn't even know what to do if I caught one. They were so big. And they swam upstream. And I haven't really seen them come back yet. You know, of course, when I was baiting up and tying my line and, you know, putting my rod back together, because it's been, you know, over a month since we did a fishing stream. So I had to get all my stuff ready and get it together. And of course, when I was doing that, I was seeing like 8, 10, you know, huge, huge carp. And you know how fishing is, dude. As soon as you get your line in the water, all the big fish leave and you don't see them no more. But once you're trying to get in the water, dude, that's when you see all the monsters. I mean, that's fishing, man. And then once you reel in to go home, you're like, screw it, I'm done for the day. That's another time you see the monsters come out. But honestly, it feels like there's a front moving through. And maybe I got here a little bit too late in the day. Maybe if I would have came earlier in the day, I would have had much greater success. But I mean, it is 420. We should be having lots of success. But the sky went from shiny and bright and sunny to dark and dreary and overcast, and there's quite a breeze going by. I think if we'd have came out first thing in the morning or maybe mid-afternoon around, 11, 12 o'clock, I think we would have had a lot of success. I think we missed the fish by a couple hours, I think. As trash floats by. Gotta love watching trash float by. I appreciate that, Paul. I really appreciate that, my man. Oh yeah, Paul. I mean, I made a video. I'm pretty sure you've seen it, dude. I lost my shit. I said, I'm never freaking fishing again. I'm done. I'm done. I don't have the patience. I was mad, dude. Because I know for a fact, dude, like, you can just tell. Like, when you catch a fish, you don't have to see it to know, like, okay, that was a good fish. Like, you don't have to actually visually get your eyes on it to know that it was a good fish. And I've had some of those, dude, where they pulled my pole so hard, it literally threw me off balance and made me stumble forward. And then I get them and they swim, because they're so strong, they swim into a snag and I can't get them out and my line breaks. And it's like, I know for a fact, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that was by far the biggest fish I would have ever caught. By far. And there's nothing you can do about it, at that point. At that point, it's like a big loss. But yeah, that's happened to me, dude. And it's the most frustrating thing, being a fisherman and fishing. The most frustrating thing, in my opinion, is hooking up a fish that is going to be like a personal best and then them breaking you off. Or even hooking up a fish and you don't know what species it is and they break you off and it's like, man, what was that? Was that a catfish? Was that a, like you said, was that a pike? Maybe that was a muskie. You never know. You never know what's on the other end, dude, and it sucks. Sucks being broken off. All right, Paul. For sure, Paul. Take your time, man. We're not getting any action at all, guys. Line's not moving. Pole's not moving. I thought for sure we'd have caught one. There's a koi fish that lives around here somewhere. I haven't seen the koi fish today. So, I mean, I don't know. The season's changing. And with the changing of the season, there's going to be changing in fishing too. They say fall is the best time of year to fish. And I've seen more absolutely huge fish today than I have ever. But catching them is a different story. Catching them big ones is a whole different story than just seeing them. But as long as I don't catch a snapping turtle, I'll be happy. And I might come back out here tomorrow and not stream it, but just come fishing just for the hell of it. I like going fishing. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, I've had those, Paul. Literally, I've had ones, dude, where it felt like I had a 100-pound Rottweiler on a leash instead of a fish. It didn't feel like a fish on a fishing pole, dude. It felt like we were on the end of a leash. Where it was literally pulling me forward, and I'm like, whoa! And then the line snaps, and you're like, son of a bitch! And that'll make a fishing trip really bad really fast. I'm never a fan of that. Yeah, I can, X-Country, I can. You only had 6-pound tests because that's what your dad taught you. Thinner line was better, especially with the twisters. You mean like catfish and stuff? I mean, I don't know. I fish really, really heavy line myself, just for the simple fact that there's a lot of snags and a lot of tangles around me in this area. So, you know, to be honest, I fish 65-pound braid. Just because when I throw my line in a tree, dude, I really hate to lose gear like that. Like, I can't afford to buy the shit. Like, I don't ever get any donations to my channel. I'm currently unemployed. And, you know, I can't afford to lose gear. So I invest in really strong, heavy line, and hopefully, you know, I don't lose my gear. So literally just for the simple fact that I don't like to lose lures and weights and sinkers and sliders and all that. You know, I hate losing gear. So I fish with like extremely heavy line just for that simple reason. But I know a lot of people that like to fish thinner line. You know, the thinner your line, the less the fish are going to see it too. And some fish are very, very visual, whereas like catfish, you could be fishing with like a bright neon green, you know, 2-foot long, you know, thick leader, you know, and the catfish wouldn't care. But, you know, some other fish are very perceptive, you know, and they're very visual. You know, so it just depends on your target species. But yeah, I feel the 6-pound test for sure. 618 Sports Cards, we caught one carp, and he was like the smallest one we've ever caught on the channel by far. So, yes and no, they're not really biting. I'm getting ready to check my bait here in just a minute, as a matter of fact, because it's been so long since we've had any action. But no, they're not really biting, to be honest, not really. I was seeing them, but now I'm not even seeing them, and we're not having a lot of luck. Which is strange, because it's fall. You're supposed to be able to slam fish all day long in the fall time, and that hasn't been our experience. So no fish biting today, man. No fish biting today. All right, guys, I think I'm going to give it a second here. I'm going to check this bait. I can't see being in the water that long and not getting no action. That tells me I don't have no damn bait on there. That's what that tells me. Nah. Nah. Cult of Walla Walla. What's up, brother? How you doing today? Thanks for stopping in. And big hell yeah to you also, my friend. Hell yeah. All right, guys, we're going to check this bait. I got a feeling there's nothing on there. Just based on the limited action. There actually is bait on there, which is a bad sign for us, because that means these fish just aren't hungry. Like I said, the weather has changed drastically since when we first came out. It was bright and sunny, not a cloud in the sky, and now it's overcast and dreary. I'm gonna go ahead and swap out this bait for some fresh stuff. Maybe that'll help our cause. Maybe it won't. You never know. And I'm actually going to chum this water up as well. So just give me a second. I'm going to throw some chum. I found all these fermented grapes. I'm going to toss them in. I think carp would probably get down with some fermented grapes, get a little drunk, have a good time. I think carp can get drunk. I'm really not sure. I probably should have Googled it before I did it, but it's too late now. Get some fish drunk. Let them have a good time. Maybe they'll start biting if they get a little tipsy. But the most important thing is I want to get them feeding. So I'm going to throw pretty much all of my chum in here and see what happens. And if we get lucky, maybe we'll get another fish. What do you guys think? You think fish like fermented grapes? You think fish like to get drunk too, guys? Think there's any alcoholic fish in here? Just waiting for another Bud Light can or Bud Light bottle to come flying in the river? I would say probably not. What do you guys think? Yeah, corn's a great bait. I got some corn in my chum I just threw out. There was definitely some corn in it. But yeah, I found some fermented grapes laying on the side of the road. And I'm like, shit, I might as well throw that in my pack bait. I can't see a reason not to. And we'll see if it pays off. I mean, I have seen some massive fish in here today. So I'm not giving up that we can't hook a huge one. I'm not giving up on it. I still believe we're going to get a big one, guys. I still believe. Man, my one viewer wanted to see the area that I'm in. I'd really like to show you, man, but the last time I left a fishing pole unattended, we lost it. That was back when I first started my channel. And I'm using one of my grandfather's antique rods, and he's passed away now for about almost 20 years now. Believe it or not, he's been passed away. So I'm definitely not going to be able to walk away from the rod. I can kind of give you a shot of where we're at, but I can't actually take it with me, or walk away rather. Yeah, the very first time we came out here, guys, you know, my older viewers will remember, we came out here and I threw in my pack bait, and dude, I waited like a half an hour, and I mean, we had no action whatsoever. So I'm like, you know what, screw this pack bait, this crap don't work, it's a joke, doesn't work. I'm like, let's go get some worms. So I left my pole in the water and I walked away to grab some worms. We came back like 10 minutes later, dude. My pole was gone. Everything was moved around. My tackle box was moved. My pole was gone. I mean, dude, everything. It was just a disaster. So I went in the water looking for my pole, and I was swimming around and I was feeling for it, and the water was over my head. So I couldn't really get out towards the middle to really find it. And to this day, I've never found that rod. I've never found that pole. Only Lord knows what happened to it. And, you know, I can't afford to have a repeat of that with my grandfather's antique rod. This fishing rod I'm using is probably older than me. And I'm not just saying that, I honestly believe that. Yeah, never leave the pole is right. Never leave the pole is absolutely right. I learned that the hard way. Like, I knew that, and I'd always heard that, and I'd always been told that. But I didn't honestly believe that anything was going to happen, because we sat there for ages with no action whatsoever. And then just out of the blue, you know, it just... And it was funny too, because I'm like, watch, as soon as I walk away, watch, a fish is going to come by and steal that pole. And, you know, I was just joking. And then I was walking back with a handful of worms. And I was like, goodness gracious, I don't see my rod. You got to be shitting me. And I walked down and I looked around and it was gone. There was no sight of it. No sign of any person being there. It had to have been a fish. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. And that was pretty bad. But yeah, 360 view. That's the river. It's the Tuscarawas River in Ohio. And then that's the down tree that lays in the water where the fish like to go for cover. That always break me off. And then back here's just some woods. I'm just in the middle of the woods. Oddsball, what's up, brother? How you doing, Oddsball? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome to the stream. You are currently hanging out with your host, Joe Camel, on another episode of Fishing with Phil. I'm a streamer and a dreamer. And yeah, I walk along this bank here. You know, I go down in there and I try and find different spots along this bank, you know, to fish in. And we've caught a lot of fish out of this river. I'd say it's a great spot to fish, you know, truthfully. I'd say it's a fantastic fishing hole. This river is fed by Long Lake, which is... Oh, I can't remember what the report was, but it's, you know, up to 60 feet deep, you know, and 200 some acres, or not 200. I can't remember the exact size of it, but it's a huge lake. And we actually tried to follow this upstream on a recent video and find Long Lake, and we did find it. And then I went out with all my gear, but I couldn't find a way to access the lake to get a good fishing spot. But this river, the Tuscarawas, flows into the Muskingum River, and then the Muskingum River flows into the Ohio River, and the Ohio River flows into the Mississippi River. So theoretically, there's not a single fish that you couldn't catch out of this river. I mean, if you name it, it should be in here. And like I said, I mean, I've seen fish in here that I wouldn't know what to do if I caught them. You know, I've seen monsters. So we've had a lot of success here, but yeah, it's just the Tuscarawas River, and then, you know, we're in the woods. And that's your 360 view, my friend. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on the tripod, because if I do get a bite, I don't know what I'm going to do if I'm holding my phone. That would be bad news. But yeah, it's a good spot. The river that I'm fishing in, it's 121 miles long. It runs through most of Ohio. There's been state record bowfin caught out of here, state record muskie and pike caught out of here. There's been lots of big fish caught out of this river. And I've caught a few decent ones myself. Nothing huge, but some decent ones. I was hoping to get that, you know, absolute monster. I was hoping to get him today. And it didn't happen. And that's fine. We caught a little tiny carp, little baby. And says I still got 50% battery, so we're going to go ahead and do it until the phone dies. So we got roughly another hour to catch another monster. The weather's changing though, guys. We're about to get a storm, a bad storm. And I think all the fish have taken cover. You know, they're not feeding anymore. They're in cover waiting for this storm. Which leads me to believe that if I would have fished yesterday, or even early this morning, we would have been landing them one after the other, after the other, after the other. You know, I waited a couple hours too late to get out here. So I was really kind of fortunate to get the fish that I got. And I got a feeling it's going to slow down because you can catch fish in the rain, but I mean, everyone says it's great to fish in the rain. I disagree. I've never really had too much luck fishing in the rain. And it also depends on what species you're going for. Me being a carp fisherman, you know, and aiming for carp, I've never had any luck, you know, while it's been raining. You know, the best time to fish is before the weather front comes in. Once the weather front is in and overhead, it's really, really bad fishing. So we missed it by about, I'd say about 3 hours. Had we gotten here at 11 or noon or even 9 this morning, it would have been all Gucci. Smoked a blunt, hell yeah. All right, Rena, have a great night, Rena. Sorry I missed your comment. Apologize. Smoked a blunt and working on someone's PC. Hell yeah. Gotta love getting paid to fix computers. I should have showed you guys the sky when I had you out of here. Oddsball with some emotes. I'm not sure. Is that a D-pad? I'm not sure what that emote is. I can't see it. I got my brightness turned way down. Yeah, Oddsball, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Honestly, the only people who have showed up to my stream today are people that are in the Discords. Pretty much, it's all the streamers and dreamers. You know, people that know Young's Vlog, people that know Roy, Blake, you guys, Mayman Chris, Dadfic. You know, you guys are the only ones who have showed up today. Which, you know, I appreciate each and every one of you guys who did show up, but for the most part, I didn't have a single regular viewer that I used to have pop in, which is fine. But, yeah, it's been really slow. I expected us to have a good turnout because I haven't done a fishing stream in over a month, and nobody showed up, so I do appreciate your bot, you know, putting my ad out there. It means a lot to me, man. I really appreciate that, Oddsball. Steve came in. What's up, Steve? How you doing, brother? If you're still in here, great to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen any action from your channel, and goodness, I couldn't even tell you how long. I couldn't even tell you how long it's been since I seen you go live. Walla Walla, really, man? You had him break your pole, huh? Yeah, I'm not a fan of fishing in the rain myself. Not a fan of it. But you know, right now I'd be happy to catch anything. You know, it's just not happening. I'm surprised there ain't no catfish. I mean, it just looks eerie out right now, guys. I'll try and show you the sky here in a second. It just looks eerie. I would think it would be great fishing weather. It's overcast, it's not very cold, it's not very hot. But it looks creepy, like a tornado's about to blow through. It's crazy. Yeah, it is, Oddsball, it is. Teamwork makes the stream work. There you go. Oh, you're going to go this weekend, Carters? How's school been going, man? You got any problem kids, or you got a good group of kids? How's school, man? And what grade do you teach? If you don't mind me asking. I think it's elementary, but I could be completely wrong. I forgot. To be honest with you, I totally forgot what you do, what you teach. Minus plus is your called emoji, okay. Okay, so you're in the 7th grade this year? Well, that's what's up. That's cool. You got any problem kids that you really got to, like, keep an eye on, or you pretty much got a good class? I know when I was growing up, I was pretty bad. There was a lot of teachers that didn't like me. And it got to the point where I had to be put in that stupid SPH thing. I had to ride the short bus to school. People would make fun of me for being retarded. And it's like, I'm not retarded. I just threw my desk at my teacher. They're like, that's pretty retarded. And what can I say? I'd be like, yeah, I guess that is pretty retarded, isn't it? So I was a really bad kid in school. Really bad. I was in the SPH classes and all that, but I went to prison when I was 14, so after being in prison, I think all the kids are bad. So completely different going to school in prison than before I went to prison. If you're talking in study hall, you're considered a bad kid. Chewing and gum in classes, you're a bad kid. I have not, Oddsball. I have not. That's not a bad idea, though, fishing with Phil. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, just send me an invite, Cult of Walla Walla. My name is Buffet Beatdown, but you can find me in other people's... You can find me in Oddsball, you can find me in Live with Blake, or Blake's Bakers, or whatever the heck it's called. You can find me in pretty much all the Discords, Mayman Chris. I was a member of Junkie Andy's Discord for like a night, and dude, that was way too fucking wild for... Sorry for the language. That was way too stinking wild for me. I mean, there were some crazy people in there, man. I'm just not a fan of that OG Geezer guy. No offense, to each their own. I respect what he does. And I respect people that watch him and like that content, but it's just not for me. And he's in there running his mouth, saying the N-word a bunch, just being, like, explicitly racist and homophobic, and that's just not for me. Like, I don't believe in racism. I don't believe that anybody should ever use the N-word. I don't, I've said the F-A-G-G-O-T word myself, but, not because someone was homosexual, because I didn't like them. But that's just my take on it. So I was a member of the Junkie Andy thing for like a night. Didn't really care for it, but yeah, you can find me in everybody's Discords pretty much. Yeah, and you could feel free to send me an invite. It should be under Fishing with Phil. But my actual name is Buffet Beatdown, because I used to be a gamer. And I'd be like, I'll give you a buffet of beatdown. Corny gamer name. You guys know how that is. No problem, kids. Yeah, I feel that, Steve. You're right about that, no doubt. You're right about that, no doubt, Steve. Just got to reach them. I feel like you'd be good at that. You pretty much... You have a really good personality. Guys, you know what I've noticed? Okay, and this is strange, because I normally don't notice things like this. Remember I told you the water's been flowing fast as can be the entire time we've been here? And I don't know why, because it hasn't really rained recently. Well, the water level has literally gone up like 2 or 3 feet since we've been here. Like if I could do a time-lapse stream of the beginning of the stream to now, the water's gone up 2 or 3 feet. I just happened to look down and there's a rock under the water that was not under the water when we started streaming. So I don't know if it's raining somewhere else and it's pushing all that water in here, or if maybe somehow the tide changed. But how the hell would the tide change in the middle of the day? That makes no sense. I literally don't understand why the water level went up. It hasn't rained. I don't think tides affect rivers. I don't think the lake that creates this river is big enough to have tides. I don't know, guys. Really strange stuff happening here today. Maybe that's also has something to do with why we're not catching nothing. I mean, our pole's dead quiet, man. We're not even getting nibbles. It just makes no sense why the water level would be coming up. And I'm assuming that's why we're not getting no fish, because the water's changing. Normally when I fish this river, it's normally still. There's normally not a current. It's normally nice and still. The fish can move freely without being shoved downstream. I don't know, guys. I am perplexed. I'm going to have to go home and Google why the water level went up. All I can figure is it's got to be raining over by the lake. Is all I can figure. You're in everyone's Discord, that's what's up. I don't believe there's a dam at the lake. Actually, yeah, I think there is a spillway. So yeah, I think there actually might be a dam. I think you might be right. So I'm going to have to answer that with a yes, X country. I'm going to have to say yes, there's a dam. Maybe carp don't like to feed in fast-flowing water. Because remember the one that I caught, the small one, it was pretty close to shore that I hooked him and caught him. He was right, pretty close to the shore. And right now I've got my bait like pretty much out in the flow of the current. So maybe fish don't like to feed in current. Maybe I should bring my bait in and cast it back towards the shore again, maybe? I really don't know what to do, guys. The water's continuing to get higher. The water is continuing to get higher. So I don't know. I agree, Cult of Walla Walla, I agree. I try and hit everybody's streams. I try and watch Joe Jack when he's doing his video game thing. You can catch me and Blake like damn near any time. I'm always hanging out with Blake. He's got a lot of drama going on right now, though, and I've had people threatening to send me anthrax to my house, just for sticking up for him. Like, I don't want to hear that BS. Like, take that drama somewhere else. Like, what's it to you? Why do you care so bad? Like, F off. Oh, you don't want to get involved in this. You don't know who you're messing with. Well, I don't really care who I'm messing with. You're just some guy on the internet, dude. Like, you can be an internet tough guy all you want. Like, I'm not concerned about you. Like, leave Blake alone. Oh, I'm going to send anthrax to your house. It's like, whatever, dude. Whatever, man. If you do send anthrax to my house, you'll probably go to prison for a long time. So do what you want. You know, it's on you. But yeah, I'm always hanging out with Blake. You know, I'm always in Young's vlog, which, you know, he's not small by any means. He's huge. I try and stop in Main Man Chris. I try and, you know, stop in everybody's streams, you know, but especially the smaller ones. You know, those are the ones that I always try and stop in and support. You know, because I appreciate it when people do that for me. So I just try and return the favor, you know. I have never been bow fishing. No, I have not. Bow fishing for carp? Or what specifically? But no, I've never been bow fishing, period. You said your dams release water if they know a big storm is in the near future, huh? That's totally possible. That's totally possible. I mean, like I said, it's gotten pretty eerie. No, Brian, it's been crazy, dude. Like, we caught one carp, a teeny tiny little baby carp, the smallest one I've ever caught out of here. And that was it, dude. We got the one carp. And, dude, my line's literally not even moving. Like, I don't know if you guys got any good color on that, but the sky just looks eerie. And there goes Bobby. What's up, Bobby? I was thinking you weren't coming in. I was like, Bobby done up and quit the damn channel. I've had a lot of drama going on my channel too. I basically quit doing my regular content just so I could bash one other YouTuber because he was being a dick to me. And I finally got an apology out of the guy. So my channel's free to go back to the content that I like to create, which is fishing and collecting and, you know, football games, sports. So I'm pretty sure that's another reason why I lost all my viewers. You know, nobody wanted to deal with the drama, so nobody's, you know, been here. But yeah, Bobby, I thought you were a casualty of the drama, my friend. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it just looks eerie out. Like we're about to get a bad, bad storm. But yeah, guys, it's just awful, awful fishing weather today. I mean, there was an entire school of bluegill here when I first started out. And there were schools of carp. I mean, massive carp. I don't see a single damn fish in the whole thing. I mean, everywhere I look, I don't see no fish. I mean, I'm not seeing nothing. So whatever happened, I don't know if it's the weather that blew in, or if it's the water change, or if it's a combination of the water changing and the front coming in. But whatever happened, it absolutely killed the fishing, guys. It killed it. Absolutely destroyed the fishing for the day. I don't know. I don't understand it, guys. I don't understand it. Let's get you guys put back up here on the tripod. Read some of this stuff. You know, and another thing too, normally I can hear squirrels running around the whole time I'm here. I don't hear no squirrels running around. Don't hear no trees cracking. The birds are kind of flying around like crazy. The birds are a lot more active, but for the most part, the fish and the squirrels and everything just seem to be died down, chilling. I don't know. All I can figure is we're going to get a bad storm. That's all I can figure. Let's catch up on this chat here. You hate gaming streams, Walla Walla? I mean, dude, for me, the thing with the gaming streams, there's just so many of them. You know, which one of the hundreds do I pick from? Or which, you know, if I'm being realistic, which one of the thousands, you know, do I pick from? That's my only thing with gaming streams, but I don't mind them. Yeah, I've never watched Portland Andy. I know that Roynard is frequently making fun of him. But I've never watched Portland Andy. I have no idea who he is. Don't even know where to find him. But I don't have anything against Portland Andy that I'm aware of. Hell yeah, Bobby, watching some TV. You know what they say? They say that TV will rot your brain. Man, I hear some dogs barking. Bobby seen the apology? Yeah, it was a pretty weak apology, but at least he admitted it and gave an apology. I mean, that's all I wanted. You know, you won't see me making no more slam videos about him. Oh, I can get worms anytime I want, Cult of Walla Walla. I actually have worm traps on my property, but I just haven't fished with worms in a long time. I've been doing this store-bought pack bait. You know, I was originally fishing with worms because I like to catch catfish. But man, the first time I caught a carp on a worm, I was like, dude, screw these catfish. These carp are way more fun to catch. And ever since that day, I've been strictly carp fishing. And the thing with the carp is, you know, my pack bait, I can still get catfish on it, but I can also get carp on it. Whereas worms, you can get carp, but it's pretty rare, I'd say. I don't know, man. Ever since I caught my first carp, I just prefer to catch them. They're so much fun. They put up such a good fight. So I haven't really done any worm fishing in a while. Bobby wants me to sing. Hell no, not happening. Do squirrels throw acorns at me? No, not really. They do drop tree branches on me sometimes, but that's about it. Yeah, I feel you, Cult of Walla Walla. I feel you on that. I used to watch this guy named Dr. Disrespect. And man, that guy almost convinced me to buy PUBG. That's like all he would stream is PUBG. And I'd watch him play so much, it's like, dude, fuck watching this guy. I'm about to buy this game and play it myself. I never did, but he damn near made me buy the game he was playing. So I feel you on that one, man. I agree. I'd rather play than watch. I totally agree. It's almost Halloween. You're absolutely right. That's why I don't understand why the fishing isn't better. This time of year, the fishing should be phenomenal. And it sucks. It completely sucks. Did my stream die, guys? We went down to 2 people really quick. Did a big streamer pop on? Throw a 1 in the chat if you're still with me here, guys. Yeah, Bobby, I don't like conflict either. It's not something that I seek out. But at the same time, if you do me wrong and you're a liar and a thief and a cheater, I'm going to call you out on it. That's just me. You know, I couldn't help myself. You know, but it's all over with now. But I generally don't like conflict either. I'd rather avoid somebody than confront them. But if you rip me off and you cheat me, I'm sorry, but I'm going to confront you. It is what it is. You know, that's just all there is to it. Never heard of PUBG? Yeah, there's a dude, his name's This Is The Breaks. And he was in here earlier. He was in my stream earlier. Dude, guys, look how high this water is getting. I would love to do a time lapse of this stream. And you can tell by, there's a stick. I don't know if you can see it. I can't see it on the phone. There's a stick like right out there, guys. And when we first came out, that stick was mostly sticking out of the water. And now only the top of it is sticking out of the water. I would love to do a time lapse of this water rising. I think that would make for a really cool 1-minute video. But I don't know how to do that, so I probably won't. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. This Is The Breaks. His name used to be Chicken Breath on PUBG. PUBG is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. And it was like pretty much one of the first really big battle royale games. Where, you know, they drop 30 people on an island. And then, you know, you have to survive to be the last one standing. You know, everybody's your enemy, nobody's your friend type of deal. They're pretty fun, to be honest. They're pretty fun. PUBG used to be very popular. It's kind of dead now. Now everybody likes to play Fortnite. Guys, I just got a bite. And it's funny too because the sun just came back out. And as soon as it did, I got a bite. Can you believe that, guys? Or I suppose it's possible something just swam through my line, I suppose. But yeah, I personally am a believer in the fact that Fortnite killed PUBG. That's my personal belief. I could be wrong, but I think Fortnite killed PUBG. Nobody plays it anymore. Dr. Disrespect doesn't even play it anymore. Anybody in the chat here know who Dr. Disrespect is? He was by far, you know, above and beyond. He was by far my favorite streamer. As far as game streaming, I liked him better than any of those other big guys. Oh, DayZ? I remember DayZ. Yeah, DayZ was first, no doubt about it. You're absolutely correct on that one, no doubt about it. That's crazy, guys. The sun came out and I got a bite immediately. I might... Maybe I should check my bait, maybe? Try this again. The water's rising because of global warming, huh? That's an interesting theory there, buddy. I just heard a fish jump. It's starting to get more active, guys. That's so crazy how the weather influences the fishing so much. Absolutely nuts. Now it looks like it's starting to rain, even though the sun came out. I'm losing it, guys. I'm freaking losing it. All right, let me read some of this chat. I don't know if it's called climate change now or not. I personally believe in climate change, but I think the climate has changed. I think it's obvious that the climate's changed. But I'm not really a liberal snowflake kind of guy. You know, I'm more conservative in my beliefs and things. I am a bit of a conspiracy theorist, you could say. I believe the government is always involved in some nefarious plans to conquer the human race. So I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist, but I don't really buy into the whole climate change thing. I do think the climate has changed, but I think that's natural. You know, I think the Earth goes through cycles. You know, I think that it's going to cool off and then warm up and then cool off and then warm up. You know, I think that the Earth goes through cycles. And it is definitely raining now with the sun out. So that's awesome. So crazy. Sun comes out, rain comes down. Sun goes away, rain goes away. What the hell? Today has definitely been an atypical day for the channel. Let's test that theory and see if this rain brings these fish out. Let's test the fishing's best when it's raining theory. What do you mean losing what, Bobby? What do you mean losing what? Did I start a sentence and never finish it? I do that a lot. It's from all my years of marijuana abuse and alcohol abuse. I think, dude, I don't know. I totally believe it's possible to fry your brain. Because, like, I've been off the reefer now for a long time. I've been off the alcohol now for a long time. I don't feel any damn smarter. I don't feel like I remember anything better than I used to. Like, I just always kind of figured when I quit the reefer and I quit the booze, my life would kind of like go back to the way it was before I did all that stuff. Totally not. Like, I still feel brain dead as a mofo. You know, I can't remember what I ate for dinner like 3 days ago. So I totally believe it's possible to fry your brain through years and years of drug abuse. Oh, I'm losing my mind, Bobby. I'm losing my mind. The day that we've had is completely atypical. The weather's been crazy. The fishing has been sporadic. The water is rising for no damn discernible reason. Just, we're getting a bite. We're getting a bite, guys. Maybe the rain thing is true. I think there's a little tiny fish on there. No, there wasn't. I should have left it, damn it. I should have left it. Damn it. We were getting a bite. We had a fish interested. We scared him away. Well, let's try this again, guys. Try it again. Guys, we're getting a bite already. What the hell is going on here? How did the fishing go to nothing whatsoever to like being really good? Guys, I'm losing my damn mind, Bobby. That's what I'm losing. I don't understand it. We must be like in the middle of like a crazy weather change. Because the fishing wasn't bad when I first got here. And then it went completely dead and now it's picking up again. When I first got here, the area reeked of fish. And then it didn't smell like fish at all, and now I can smell the carp again. The carp are back, I can smell them. I'm getting bite after bite after bite right here, guys. My pole's not... I'm just waiting for a serious bite. My pole's not... It's moving constantly. It's getting hit one after the other, after another, after another. And now it stopped. Now the wind's blowing. We're getting hit again. Guys, this is nuts. Hopefully this is a monster. I got a feeling it's not. The way that it's hitting it and then letting go and then hitting it again, it makes me think it's a catfish. It would be cool to get a nice channel cat since we already got a carp. I prefer, you know, on most days when I do my fishing streams, I like to get one catfish, one carp. And then anything after that's all gravy. Guys, this is nuts. Guys, I don't get it. Something is sitting here dicking with me. It feels like a catfish. Just based on what my line's doing and whatnot. It seems like a catfish. Something's taking my bait, swimming a little bit, and then spitting my bait back out. And then taking it, and then swimming a little bit, and then spitting my bait back out. But it's not really committing to swallowing the bait. Dan from Hot Arcades. What's up, Dan? How you doing, brother? Good to see you in here, man. Welcome to the stream. Sorry I haven't been reading the chat, guys. I've been watching my pole because something is consistently hitting my bait, letting go, hitting my bait, letting go, hitting my bait. So, I'm thinking we're about to catch a catfish. Is what I'm thinking. But I'm going to try and catch up on some of this chat here. Looks like Alan came in. What's up, Alan? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm fishing the bottom fishing. The sun is not the same temperature the whole time, and then the earth gets hotter and colder. Okay, I would agree with that, Walla Walla. It could be aging, Bobby, but I honestly think it's all the years of drug abuse, to be honest. It could be because I'm getting older, but I'm only 31, so I shouldn't be losing my damn mind. Oh yeah, I was much more of a conspiracy theorist when I was a marijuana smoker, no doubt about it. Absolutely correct, cult of Walla Walla. I just heard a massive fish jump way upstream. The shadow of the tree is driving you loony, Brian? Dusk and dawn are good fishing. Maybe they follow food up and down the river. Dude, I spiked this river with fermented grapes, corn, breadcrumbs, and Jell-O. And chips. So there should be, you know, when the fish decide to feed, there should be plenty of food for them to feed on right here. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe the fish are so drunk, they're having trouble taking the bait. But I'm good as far as the law goes, because today's, what, Monday? It's illegal to get your fish drunk on Sunday, but they didn't say anything about Monday. So we should be good as far as the law goes, getting the fish drunk. All right, X-Country, appreciate you coming in today, man. Sorry it took me so long to see your goodbye there. I appreciate you coming in. I do not eat the carp, Dan. I do not. I know a lot of people do, but I do not. That's true, Walla Walla. That is true. Man, we were getting some hits there, and then it just stops. That's crazy how we were doing so good, and now we're not getting nothing at all. Alan says it's ghosts. Dave Durango has a wiener for you guys. If anybody wants a Dave Durango wiener. Amio Tenny, what's up, Amio? How you doing, brother? Something about a Ted Williams. Who got a dope Ted Williams, Dave? They say Ted Williams' head is still frozen somewhere. And they say people are still fighting over Ted Williams' head. At least that's how the rumor goes. Oh, Dan, dude, how'd your stomach and everything turn out, dude? Were you just laying there with stomach cramps for like 3 hours straight? How did that turn out, Dan? I know that me personally, like my stomach, like I can handle like hot and spicy foods pretty much no problem. But the lining of my intestines and like basically my lower stomach does not like it. Like once that hot stuff gets in like my bowels, like not to be, you know, grotesque or whatever, or, you know, too graphic. But dude, once that starts moving through my intestines, dude, I'm done. Like I'm kneeled over in pain, just like cussing up a storm, sweating, shaking. Like, man, I shouldn't have ate that. And I'm wondering if that happened to you, Dan. No, I don't eat the catfish either, Walla Walla. I don't eat anything I catch. I just throw it back. Let the next guy catch it. You know? Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll catch one of these fish and, you know, 30 years from now, I'll catch him again and he'll be a monster. You know, if I take him out and I eat him, there's no chance I could ever catch him again. So, you know, I'm just a sport fisherman. I just do it for the fun of it. And, you know, if I want some fish, I'll go to the store and buy some fish sticks. Because I'm a gay fish. I love fish sticks. I've got some cards I need to send to Bobby. But I got to get some shipping money first. Oh, you got a Ted Williams from Justin. That's what's up. His head has deteriorated, huh? Appreciate that, Alan. I'm sure I missed you by the mile, but I appreciate that, brother. All right, Dan. Yeah, that's about what I figured. That's about what I figured. I'm doing good, Amio. I'm doing good. Glad to hear you're doing great, man. Dave Durango said he'll be back in a few. That's fine with me. Yeah, I appreciate that, Dan. I would have to disagree. But that's not the first time I heard that. You know, I used to be a telemarketer for AT&T, and the lady hired me based on my voice. She's like, you're great. People are, oh my gosh, that was a huge fish, guys. And she's like, people are going to love you. They're going to buy all the AT&T. They totally didn't. It didn't work at all. People were like, quit fucking calling me. I'm sick of it. You know, and I'd be hung up on all day, every day. Telemarketing is a rough gig, man. Like, ever since I had that job, and I've done sales, I'm never a dick to those guys. Like, I don't tell them to go kill themselves, and stuff like that. But, I'm assertive with them. Like, no, thank you, I'm not interested. But I always make sure I tell them, like, have a fantastic day, and, thank you so much for the call. I really appreciate it, and I'm not interested at this time. Feel free to give me a call back at a later date. But I always try and be, like, really nice to the telemarketers, because, dude, it's a shitty job. Like, it really is. You get told to fuck off all day long, every day. And it's just, I don't know, it's a tough job, dude. So I try and respect those guys, when they call. It's like, you know what, you have a fantastic day. I'm not buying your service, but you have a good one. So yeah, Call to Walla Walla will be back. Dave Durango will be back. Is bad. Yeah, I do say a lot. At least, like, I'll watch my videos back, and I'll be like, why the hell do I keep saying so much? I know what the hell I'm gonna say, but I keep saying it anyway. And I have no idea why I do that. I think everybody does that up to an extent. And I think it's because we're nervous. Guys, I think I gotta check this bait. We've had way too much action and not caught a fish for us to have any bait on there. I got a feeling our bait's gotta be gone. So we're gonna go ahead and check this out and throw it back out there. We're gonna try and get one more fish. I spoke too soon, guys. I'm pretty sure I just got a bite just now. Let me watch my rod for a minute, guys, and quit watching the chat. Just for a minute and see what happens here. Because I'm pretty sure we just got a bite as soon as I was about to reel it in. And if there's bait on there, I prefer to leave it out in the water. Now, I can't tell if that's the wind or if that's a fish. Maybe I can point you guys up at the rod. Can you guys see the rod tip there? Let me know if you think that's moving. Or if maybe I'm just crazy. What do you guys think? Drop a 1 in the chat for leave it be, and drop a 2 in the chat for check the bait and swap it out. Let me know what you guys think. Guys, I think I'm going nuts because I could swear I see it moving. Theoretically, that could be the current moving it, couldn't it? Maybe that's just the current moving my pole and it's really not a fish at all. I don't know, guys. I don't know. You guys say check the bait. So is sniffing? I don't know what you mean by so is sniffing. Okay, Call to Walla Walla. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I agree, Amio. Guys, we're on 5%. I don't know how the hell that happened so fast, but it happened. I did not bring the backup phone. So I should probably end the stream. That way if I do catch a fish, I can at least get it on video. Because for some reason I grabbed the backup phone, but I didn't bring it with me. So I should probably end the stream. I don't know how we got down to 5% so fast. We were just on like 60. Like just a frickin' minute ago. Dan, I do not slap myself before I hit the record button. But that might not be a bad idea. That might not be a bad idea. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Each and every person that showed up, I really appreciate you guys. It means the world to me. If this video got 50 views, we're going to go ahead and continue doing the stream. We're going to make it like an everyday thing again. If the video did not hit 50 views, I'll probably hang it up for the year and maybe go back and do some fishing next year. But I appreciate everyone who stopped by, and much love to everybody. You guys have a good one. Peace.